Hey everybody, welcome once again to another Low on Health Year End Review, where I discuss the other things I do besides game, eat, and work, mainly. This particular video, I'm going to cover the other main thing that I do with a lot of my time is anime. Basically, watching anime is a thing I've always enjoyed doing since back in the day when I used to watch, the Gundam Wing and the Dragon Ball Z back on Cartoon Network over, a dozen years ago. And I've continued to actually follow anime to a point, not as much as I used to, or as much as I did when I used to work on Anime Nation, but to a point, I still enjoy it. I watch a couple old seasons here or there, and I'm going to kind of talk about just the ones that I watched recently in this past year. Now, when I watch anime series, it's not necessarily one that came out this year. It could be an old series or a series that came out over the course of a year or two, and that's basically how I'll just rate them to a point. But what I'm going to talk about right now are just kind of my two highlight anime series and movie that I watched this year, and I'll talk about the other ones later on. First one I'm going to talk about is going to be Katanagatari, or however you want to say it. This series looks fantastic. It was basically released once a month, I think on a Blu-ray, over in Japan for of course over the course of a year. Basically follows this kind of wandering samurai. Basically, he doesn't use swords; he uses like a swordless swordsman technique, which is really, really cool. And this other kind of chick who's looking to collect these 12 special swords, these special samurai swords that have special abilities. The series itself has really good action sequences, and it's kind of funny because it's a parody on itself, in which case sometimes it doesn't have great action sequences. Things don't kind of follow the usual like Rurouni Kenshin or Wandering Samurai kind of formula, and that is really, really cool. Like I said before, it's really, really super stylized. Like the color scheme, watch it in high def, it looks just fantastic and really, really cool. The overarching story is great. It's solid. Towards the end, it has some really good kind of twists and turns. I actually thought were engaging and really enjoyed it. So if you're looking for a new anime series to watch, I don't know if one's come over stateside yet, but definitely give this one a watch. It's really, 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 really good, and probably kind of my anime series of the year, despite other really good anime shows that came out that I watched this year, which I'll discuss later on. Now, movie-wise, I'm going to say 5 centimeters per second. For some reason, it's one of those other movies that I never really watched when they came out a long time ago, and I've kind of gone back through and watched a couple of these. The gentleman that does this, I'm not even going to bother pronouncing his name. He did Voice of the Distant Star, which I really much enjoyed. And he's also done some other movies, which I'll probably talk about in a couple of seconds. But this one particularly, I just love so much. It is so just, I don't know, just he's always good with doing emotional type of movies and whatnot to kind of pull at your heartstrings. And this one just hit all the chords. It was just really good. It has like a just good amount of like hope and uplifting and disparity, I guess is the best way to say it. It kind of also touches upon my lost existence kind of motif, which a lot of series I'll be mentioning soon. Basically, that the thought of somebody will just cease to exist, and that means that people like not dying and he doesn't exist or live anymore, is that everybody doesn't remember him anymore. He never existed, and usually that happens when the character does like a self-sacrifice or something along those lines, and just people just don't remember the self-sacrifice. And that's kind of the real big self-sacrifices of the people that you never even heard of or don't even have a memory of anymore. And I think that's just really, really interesting to a point. It's essentially you kind of forgot them almost to a point, but just they didn't exist. But anyway, 5 centimeters per second. I loved it. It looks fantastic, and music is great. The character, the art design is just awesome, and I just really, really, really enjoyed it, and kind of give it my anime movie of the year, despite me not watching it this year, or it coming out this year. The Surfer Girl in particular, I really enjoyed her character arcs. It's kind of divided up into 3 arcs, following this gentleman around actually. God, it's really good. Moving on, I'm just gonna break down the animes that I watched, of course, real quick. Anime 2011, got the Katanagatari, at the 5 centimeters per second. I also watched the Trigun Badlands Rumble. I saw it subbed and then dubbed at the cafe. I liked it. Tail Enders, meh. And you kind of just see other anime series. I was really disappointed with how East of Eden kind of ended. East of Eden, I'm sorry, not ended. Summer Wars was kind of really good. I would say kind of my other anime movie. I think when it actually came out this year, I really enjoyed Summer Wars. What else we got here? Tailbenders, Bianco, Ride Back. Let's see here. Madoka, which I mentioned before, is probably one of the other good series that came out this year that kind of touches upon that lost existence vibe. And then you also have Anohana, basically kind of follows that same line. Clannad, which is also a really good one that I want to watch the second series this year. I just finished watching number 6, which is kind of a nice little anime series. There was one anime movie that I just totally forgot that I watched that I knew should be in here somewhere, but I don't know it's not. Oh, whatever, I forget what it is. But what else we got in here? I want to try these. Of course, you can just stop and look at these. Ride Back was good. Damon Wonderland wasn't. Clannad, like I mentioned before. Oh yeah, one series I didn't get to watch this year, which I'm currently kind of started, but I'll just probably do it next year, is going to be Tiger and Bunny. Gundam Unicorn, I just hate it when OAVs kind of just take forever to come out. What was that one? I can't remember. Oh well. But as always, that's kind of the anime that I watched this year. Just a nice little snippet. If you're interested in what I thought about them, there's kind of the data. Go ahead and pause it. I will, of course, recommend Katanagatari, 5 centimeters per second. And the series that came out this year, Madoka and Ohana. That's kind of really about it. Clannad was good, but that's, of course, an old series. But other than that, As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.